In this video today, we are going to explore why work-life balance is utter crap and why chasing that is probably going to lead to spinning and never achieving something akin to balance. We're going to break that down. I'm going to walk you through why it doesn't work and what to strive for instead. But first, hey there, legend. I'm Mike Campbell. I'm the anti-nice guy men's coach. I am the author and founder of the Everyday Legends Academy, and I support nice guys in building self-worth, self-respect, and a deep sense of security so that you can kill your nice guy and get more from life, love, and the everyday so that you can become a solid, secure, grounded, good man and drop all of the nice guy stuff, including that conditional kindness and the overcommitting and the being busy and what we're going to talk about in today's video. But first, be sure to thumbs up this video for more. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated whenever we drop new content. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button to follow along and gain access to exclusive offers when we share them in all the videos that we share. All right, into today's video. Hands up if you have said this or maybe bought into the idea that, I just need to find better work-life balance. I've been there. It's one of the more common things that I've heard many, many men say, especially nice guys who tend to overcommit themselves for many ways and reasons, but fundamentally it often comes down to this fear of saying no, and therefore what might come from that, not being liked, people being pissed off at you, people being annoyed at you, disappointed in you, any kind of confrontation where our status might be threatened. We might not be thinking those exact words, but it's kind of what it comes down to if you pause this and think about it for a moment. Why would I not say no? Why do I overcommit to things? Really think about that. You're going to find a lot of your own individual answers in that. But when we do that, it leads to having a full schedule and being overcommitted, overwhelmed, and often kind of working to achieve everything on that so that we can then have a semblance of worth. So I can then get approval, validation, achievement. Achievement means praise, whatever those things may be, right? If I do and achieve and finish all these things, then I'll have value, then I have worth, then I can feel pleased and proud of myself. It's this real conditional way of going about things. The nice guy tends to have conditional kindness, but he also has conditional worth. When I do all the things, then I can have value and worth. Unfortunately, we have created a society that tends to have created that as an idea as well, that will tend to add to our own personal experience, history, psychology. Men seem to be valued for what they can do, how well they can do it, what they can achieve and accomplish. You are more than just what you can accomplish. That doesn't devalue what you can accomplish. But it tends to say this: I only have value when I achieve things. And if I'm not doing things, if I'm not achieving things, if I'm not helping others, right, and being busy as all hell as a result, I'm worthless, or I don't have any worth, something close to that. But there is more to life, and we know it. The sheer number of men who, I personally have spoken to, thousands of men, but I know from the work, my colleagues, my friends in this work as well, the sheer number of men who want more from their lives. And what I would actually bring this, I would adjust that a little. It's not necessarily that we want more, because part of the problem for so many of us is that we have too much in our lives. And so it's really that we want to be spending more time doing what we love, what we enjoy, what we want to do. That doesn't mean spend all of my time, lying on the beach and sipping Mai Tais and that kind of cliche, because that would be a purposeless man. If you feel like you need a holiday, have a holiday, but you're going to need purpose. You'll need to apply yourselves to things that are meaningful, which can be work. It also can be family, relationships, the community, whatever it might be, your own health, wellness, joy, fulfillment. The number of men who want more time or think they want more time and then just fill it is astronomical. I hear this from so many men. I want to have more in my life. I want to have more time. I want to have more space. And what happens when that time and space comes is they just fill it. A great example. You're sitting down with someone, they get up and go to the toilet or something, and then we just pick up our phone and fill that time. If you want time and space, you have to start cultivating it. This is often one of those things that we attach to work-life balance. I need more time for the things that are more meaningful in my life than work. And so work kind of gets demonized. But remember, work is a powerful outlet for your skills and talents, the things that you're good at, and an opportunity to provide financial security and opportunity for you and your family. So we don't get to throw the work baby out with the bathwater type thing. But when we look at that, I want more time and space. What we mean is I want more time and space for the things that are more meaningful to me. So it can't be one or the other. It's not zero sum. They have to be together. It's going to be a clue on one of the pieces to come. And if we want more time and space for those things, we can't just fill moments of time and peace. That tells me when a man shares that if he can't sit and be, he has a discomfort internally that he's running from and chasing. And so he's going to live in this perpetual mode of busyness, wanting time and space, wanting more work-life balance, never allowing it. So that's why we're going to throw work-life balance out the door. Because if you think about work-life balance, by its very nature, it's this thing that a lot of men chase. It's very difficult to find, very difficult to achieve. And so if we take the words work and life out of that, and we just think about, I am trying to chase and achieve a very difficult to chase and achieve balance. And so any kind of balance that's very difficult to achieve means that is very precarious if I get it. If I tell you to stand on, the toes of one foot and then close your eyes and lift your head up to the roof, it's like, that is an extremely difficult balance to get. And if you get it, it's so precarious. At the slightest wind, a thought in your fucking head, hearing something outside, can send that balance away. It's very easily taken away. A very difficult to achieve and attain balance is very easily taken away and messed up with. That's why we have to get rid of this idea of work-life balance. It's very difficult to achieve in the way that we go about it. And any balance that is very difficult to achieve is very easy to lose. And so it is a very difficult game that you will often play and chase until you are, wait for the grim idea, in a box under the ground. We have to do away with the idea of work-life balance. What we're going to choose instead is, if you need to use those terms, work-life integration. How do I integrate all of the important things in my life? This is something that we work on very heavily with the men in my Everyday Legends Academy and the men who work very closely with me in my Zeus Inner Circle. What are the important things in your life? How do you bring them all into your life? They might not be equal in terms of time, but the things that matter to you get time. The things that matter to you are prioritized. They matter. The other thing that this means is I have to understand, one, what I value, what are my values, two, what do I give a shit about, and then therefore, what are my needs? What are my primary fundamental needs? And kind of the extension of that is, what do I want? Like, do you want to spend time, you love surfing and the waves are pumping and you want to be able to get in the water when that rare swell comes? How do you navigate your life and integrate all the important things in there so that you can make that happen? And you'll see what that invites is a bit of resourcefulness, because you might look at that and go, well, my work doesn't allow for that. It's like, have you had the conversation? Maybe there's a conversation there. Get resourceful. Because that's really what this is. When I want more time for things, what I have to actually understand is, what are the important things that I want to have more time for? And how do I integrate those into my life? You need to exercise. You need to work on your health. How do you integrate that? You want to spend more time with your family, with your kids. How do you integrate this into your life? You can see it already frames it differently and invites a different way of approaching it, seeing it, and thinking about it. Also, we have to look at, what am I bringing into my life that is not for me, that I absolutely need to and get to let go of? And that might be obligations and responsibilities that you do not need to update and continue. It might be relationships that are no longer serving you, or the depth of, right? There's a relationship, but that person no longer gets the depth of access to you, and therefore time and energy and attention. What can I put down and let go of that is no longer serving me, or doesn't get to have as much of a part in my life, i.e. give as much time and energy to, so I can put that elsewhere and integrate other things in my life. And back to one of the earlier points, primarily for so many guys, especially nice guys, it's going to need saying no and having better boundaries around your time and energy. But that relies on the first piece. What do I give a shit about? What do I value? What matters to me? And therefore, what do I want to give time and energy to? If you cannot say no, your life is going to be a flood of shit that you don't want to do and feel obligated to, and you are responsible for that. Chasing work-life balance is like chasing the wind. You can't and won't catch it. Instead, work on creating a life where all the important things are integrated. They get a place. They get to be in your life. They might not be the same amount, but they get to be present. They have their place. Work happens. Important stuff in your life, in your family happens. It's prioritized. It's allowed for. And if there are people around you who don't want that or have an issue with that, maybe address the issue with those people as opposed to denying you the important things in your life. And then reconcile that sometimes this will fluctuate. It will absolutely fluctuate from time to time and it will shift, but you have to return to meeting your needs. If you have to deprioritize your shit for a moment and focus elsewhere, work, people in your life, whatever it might be, do it. Absolutely be of service. But do not let that be a permanent thing so that you suffer and you miss out. Because when you miss out and come last, everyone else does because you are weaker. You have been broken down. You don't have as much to give. It's extremely important to integrate and include the important things in your life. Bring all the things that matter into your life. Make them a priority. If you are too stretched, if you feel like you don't have enough time, that comes down to your relationship with time. And your relationship with time tends to speak to your relationship with self. We can talk about that another time. But here's a quick little thing that I have and gained from a mentor of mine many years ago. The moment I hear myself saying I don't have enough time, change the word time for team. I don't have enough team. And what that might look like in work is more team, other support. But in your life, who can be supporting me? What support do I need to ensure that I get to integrate all the important things in my life and therefore choose to bring in the things that matter so that I get to have better work-life integration? One is hoping to find a very difficult balance that can be easily taken away. The other is choosing to place importance on the things in my life and be okay with them. I'm giving time and energy to work here and I choose it. And then over here, I'm choosing this other thing. One is disempowered, one is empowered. I know which one I'm choosing to continue to choose. And for the men that work with me, that we encourage and support in choosing, and I invite you to start choosing that for yourself. Let us know in this video what has landed for you, how chasing work-life balance has been going for you. And if you want to get your hands on the free resource we have for nice guys to work out how being a nice guy and being too nice is possibly costing you and what you can do about it, comment below and we will get that to you ASAP. Pass this on to a man that you think will benefit from it. I've been Mike Campbell. Legends. See you next time.